Listen closely. Slow your breath. Let the noise fall away. Let the moment become still. Because this message is not random. You were guided to it, pulled to it, aligned to it. Somewhere inside you, you can already feel that something deeper is trying to reach you. A truth rising from beyond the surface. A knowing you cannot explain. Archangel Michael has stepped forward. His presence feels like clarity, like steady ground, like truth spoken gently but with power. And he has a message for you. A message about your life. A message about your path. A message about a moment you never saw, but that changed everything. You were protected. Protected in a way you do not fully understand yet. Protected at a level beyond your awareness. Protected by a force that saw your worth before you saw it yourself. Michael says this clearly. You were not saved by luck. You were saved by intention. There was a moment you did not notice, a moment you may not even remember, a moment where something could have broken you, something could have harmed you, something could have taken you off your path. And yet, didn't. Not because the situation changed, but because you were protected. Someone in the spiritual realm stepped closer. Someone in the unseen reached toward you. Someone intervened with strength and purpose. Not because you asked. Not because you prayed at the right time. Not because you were perfect. But because you were valued. Because your life still matters to what is ahead. Because your soul carries purpose that is not complete. Michael says this softly. You were watched over. Even when you felt alone. Think back. There were moments when you almost gave up. Moments when something should have gone wrong. Moments when you felt fragile. Moments when your life felt too heavy. Moments when you did not see a way out. But somehow, through a whisper, through a pause, through a delay, through a sudden shift, through an unseen hand, you made it through. You survived storms you never spoke about. You endured pressures that could have broken you. You lived through chapters that should have ended your hope. Yet here you are. Not because the world was gentle, but because heaven was present. Michael wants you to understand this now. Your life was guarded. Your spirit was defended. Your path was shielded. You were not left exposed. There was a moment in the spiritual realm where protection was placed over you. A covering, a shield, a safeguard. You might think it was coincidence. You might think it was timing. You might think it was luck. But Michael shakes his head. He says, no, it was intervention. Not dramatic intervention. Not thunder and lightning. Not a miracle that stopped the world. But a quiet, precise, intentional shift that protected your life from something you never even recognized. There was a turning point, a split second, a moment that changed your trajectory. And heaven saw it. Heaven acted. Heaven stepped in. You did not see what almost happened. You saw the calm after the danger. You saw the light after the shadow. You saw the ending after the almost. But something tried to interrupt your path. Something tried to derail your spirit. Something tried to weaken your purpose. Something tried to steal your clarity. And that is when the intervention happened. Michael says this with depth. You are still here because you were meant to continue. Your story was not allowed to collapse. Your soul was not allowed to dim. Your future was not allowed to vanish. You were meant to rise. You were meant to heal. You were meant to grow. You were meant to awaken. Someone in the spiritual realm saw that and protected you, not by breaking rules, not by defying heaven, but by fulfilling their role, their purpose, their calling. Protection was not an accident. It was placed over you because your path is not complete. Michael leans closer with this message. You are entering a season where understanding your protection will give you strength to move forward. Because now the question is not, why was I protected? The question is, what am I being prepared for? You may feel the tension. You may feel the pressure. You may feel something inside you shifting. These are not signs of fear. These are signs of awakening. Your soul knows it is time. Your spirit knows there is more. Your intuition knows the chapter is changing. Michael wants you to remember this next part. It will help you understand everything that has happened. You were not protected because you were weak. You were protected because you are important. Not ego important, purpose important. Your life touches others in ways you don't see. Your words shift people without you realizing it. Your presence changes rooms quietly. Your compassion affects hearts. Your kindness has softened storms in people that you never witnessed. You are part of a chain reaction, a larger unfolding, a bigger plan. Your existence influences the world more than you think. This is why you were protected. Because without you, certain destinies would lose their link. Certain people would lose their light. Certain paths would not unfold. You matter more than you realize. Michael says, you are not small. You never were. But life made you forget. Pain made you shrink. Loss made you question. Fear made you quiet. This is why the intervention happened. To keep your purpose alive. Until you were strong enough to see it. And the truth is this. You are stronger now. Wiser now. Clearer now. More aware now. Your soul is waking up. Your intuition is sharpening. Your boundaries are forming. Your heart is healing. Your spirit is rising. And Michael wants you to understand. The next phase of your life requires you to trust this. You are supported. Supported in the unseen. Supported in the quiet. Supported in the shadows. Supported when you don't feel it. Supported when you don't notice it. Someone has been watching over your steps. Not to control them, but to protect your journey. So you can reach what is meant for you. There is something coming in your life. That requires courage. It requires presence. It requires awareness. It requires belief. You are stepping into a season where you cannot live with the mindset of, I am alone. Because you are not. Michael says gently, if you were truly alone, you would not be here. Your story would have ended at the moment. You were spiritually protected. But it didn't, because heaven held you. Now you are being called to hold yourself. With the same strength, you are entering a rise, an awakening, turning point. This is why you were guided to this message. Not to be scared, not to be pressured, but to be reminded. You have been protected once, and you are still protected now. But protection is not just about safety. It is also about direction. It is about alignment. It is about purpose. It is about moving you toward the path your soul agreed to walk. Michael says the next truth softly but with weight. You are ready to walk a path you were once too tired to see. Think about that. There were times you could not move forward emotionally. Times you were drained. Times you were numb. Times you felt lost. But you are not in that place anymore. Not fully. Not truly. Not spiritually. There is a strength rising in you. A new identity taking shape. A deeper clarity forming. This is why the recalling of your past protection matters. Because knowing you were saved helps you trust the next steps of your journey. You are moving into a higher chapter. Clearer chapter. A chapter with more purpose than pain. And Michael is preparing you now, so you can step into it with courage. He says, the same force that protected you then is guiding you now. You did not come this far to fall. You did not survive so much to crumble. You did not heal just to break again. You are not fragile. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are chosen, protected, guided, strengthened. And now, you are being awakened. Settle your breath again. Let yourself soften. Let the moment open. We continue. Archangel Michael is still here, present, steady, focused on you. What he wants to reveal now goes deeper. It reaches into the places inside you that you rarely think about, but always feel. This part of the message is about why the intervention happened, why you were saved, why the unseen moved for you, why your life was protected at a level beyond your understanding. Michael says this gently. You were protected because your purpose is greater than your awareness of it. You may think you are ordinary. You may think your life is small. You may think your presence barely matters. But heaven does not protect what is meaningless. Heaven protects what carries future impact. Your existence influences things that your mind cannot trace. Your healing affects people indirectly. Your growth inspires others quietly. Your transformation lifts those around you, even if you do not notice. You are part of a chain reaction, a spiritual ripple, a woven purpose. This is why protection came. Because your story was never just your story. It touches others. It shifts others. It shapes others. Michael says, you are a key to doors you have not opened yet. Let that sink in. Someone's breakthrough is connected to yours. Someone's healing is tied to your presence. Someone's clarity will come through your voice. Someone's hope will return because of your resilience. You matter, more than you know. There was a moment that could have shattered you, a moment that could have broken your path, a moment that could have changed everything. And that is when spiritual protection stepped in. Michael wants you to understand something many people forget. Divine intervention does not happen because life is easy. It happens because your purpose is necessary. You were necessary. You still are. Nothing is random about why you are here. Nothing is random about the timing of your life. Nothing is random about the experiences that shaped you. Michael watched your spirit through all of it. He saw your pain. He saw your confusion. He saw your heartbreak. He saw your strength. But he also saw something else. He saw your potential, your kindness, your depth, your ability to rise after falling, your ability to love even when wounded, your ability to hope even when tired. This is why heaven intervened. Because your light was never meant to go out. He says this to you now. You did not survive by accident. You survived because you still have impact to make. There are people you have not met yet, whose lives will be changed because of you. There are paths you have not walked yet, that will open for others once you walk them. There are moments ahead, where your voice will steady someone, who feels like giving up. There are futures connected to your courage. And that courage is growing inside you now. This is part of what Michael wants you to see. Your protection was not a sign of weakness. It was a sign of importance. Because your life carries a spiritual weight. You have not fully stepped into yet. But you will. Soon. Very soon. You may feel it already. The stirring. The shift. The pull forward. The inner knowing that something is changing inside you. This is the awakening. The stirring of purpose. The rise of identity. Your spirit is waking up to who you really are. Not who the world told you to be. Not who fear shaped you to be. Not who pain turned you into for a season. But who you have always been deep within. Michael says, you are remembering yourself. Think about that. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you were meant to be. You are remembering your strength. You are remembering your calling. You are remembering your worth. You are remembering your spiritual authority. Life tried to bury those things, but it never succeeded, because heaven kept them alive in you, even when you felt lost. Now they are rising, piece by piece, moment by moment. You may notice certain things changing inside you. These changes are not random. They are signs of your awakening. You are becoming less tolerant of disrespect. You are becoming more protective of your energy. You are craving truth instead of comfort. You are feeling pulled toward growth. You are letting go of old versions of yourself. This is your soul aligning with your purpose. Michael says softly, you are stepping out of survival and stepping into intention. This is the shift. The big one. The one your protection prepared you for. Now Michael wants you to understand what comes next. Because the next phase of your life requires you to see yourself clearly, to honor yourself deeply, to stop diminishing your worth. He says this with clarity. You cannot walk into destiny with a wounded identity. This is why healing has been rising in you. Why old wounds came back to the surface. Why certain memories appeared again. Why certain emotions resurfaced. Not to break you, to free you. Your heart has been releasing weight. Your mind has been releasing old stories. Your spirit has been releasing fears that once held you down. This is emotional decluttering, spiritual shedding, a clearing before the turning point. Michael wants you to understand this. You cannot carry old burdens into your new path. This is why the letting go feels heavy. because you are shedding versions of yourself that you built for survival. But now, you are not surviving. You are becoming. You are entering a new season in your life. A season shaped not by what you fear, but by what you are meant for. You can feel it. The tension, the pressure, the anticipation. It is not anxiety. It is spiritual expansion. Your soul is stretching into its next level. Michael continues, you have been protected from the things that would have destroyed your calling. Think about that. Think of what you lived through. Think of the moments you felt lost. Think of the times you almost broke. Think of the storms you endured. You thought you barely made it through. Heaven knows you were carried, supported, guided. Now you must carry yourself with the same belief that heaven had in you. Michael needs you to understand this next truth. It is important. It is foundational. You are worthy of the life that is calling you, not because you are perfect, not because you did everything right, not because you earned it, because your spirit is aligned, because your heart is open, because your intention is pure, because your growth is real. You are ready to walk forward, into clarity, into purpose, into expansion, into new identity, into wholeness. The protection over your life is not ending. It is evolving. It is becoming guidance, becoming wisdom, becoming strength, becoming clarity. Heaven did not save you just to leave you wandering. Michael says, you were protected for a purpose, and now you must live it. This purpose is not pressure. It is alignment. It is the life you feel drawn toward, but were once too tired to pursue. Now you feel closer to it, closer to the truth of who you are, closer to the future that feels right, closer to the path that feels like home. You are awakening. You are remembering. You are rising. You are stepping into yourself. Michael stands beside you as you do, protecting your steps, protecting your mind, protecting your heart, protecting your path. You are not moving alone. You never were. Your spirit was defended. Your journey was preserved. Your purpose was guarded. Now you are strong enough to walk forward consciously, aware, awake, aligned. The protection that saved you is the same protection that guides you now. Your life is shifting. Your energy is rising. Your identity is awakening. And Michael says this final truth. You are ready for what is ahead. Do not doubt the rise. Walk into it. Your next chapter begins with you knowing this. You were protected for a reason, and that reason is unfolding now. Take one last breath. Soft, slow, steady. Let everything you heard settle into your spirit. Not as fear, not as pressure, but as truth. You were protected. You were guided. You were seen. You were valued. Even when you felt invisible, heaven never looked away. Even when you felt broken, your spirit was being held together. Even when you felt lost, your path was being guarded. You did not survive by accident. You survived because your future still matters, because your presence still matters, because your purpose still matters. And now, you are awakening to that truth. Archangel Michael has spoken over your life. With clarity and intention, he says, walk forward with strength. You are ready. You are protected. You are guided. Do not let your past define you. Do not let your fear shrink you. Do not let doubt silence you. You are stepping into a chapter that fits the person you are becoming. A chapter built for your growth, built for your healing, built for your alignment. You have been carried. Now you will be elevated. You have been watched over. Now you will be guided. You have been protected. Now you will be awakened. Trust the shift. Trust the rising. Trust the new path opening before you. You are not alone. You never were. And as you step into what comes next, Michael walks with you, steady, present, unwavering. Your life is changing. Your heart is opening. Your destiny is unfolding. And this time, you walk into it with your eyes open,